The last section that we are going to chunk for lesson 2-1 is questions 6 through 10. You should have seen that on on the previous slide that I gave you this math tip that says when using the addition or subtraction property of equality, you may find it helpful to add or subtract vertically on both sides of the equation. For instance, doing the -5 and the -5 because we're aligning what are like terms. So then we just bring down the 2D equal of 14 and then go from there. So I want you to look at questions 6 through 10 with your table mates. I'm going to again give you 10 minutes time to work through these. Make sure that you read the scenario at the top and then do your best to work through the problem. And we'll meet back in 10 minutes. Don't forget to pause your video. All right, so I walked through the steps of questions 6 through 10. It said, let D represent Dan's money. So in the problem, it said Julio has $5 more than Dan. So whatever Dan has, and we add 5 to it, that's how much Julio has. It says that together the boys have 19. So this right here would represent Julio, and this right here would represent Dan. So Julio's money plus Dan's money equals 19. I walked through the steps and I used that stacked or the vertical method that it suggested over here in the math tip. I walked through all the steps and I came down to D equals 7. Well, I plugged it back into the equation. So every time I saw a D, I plugged in 7. And 7 plus 5 plus 7 does indeed equal 19. It says interpret your meaning or interpret that solution in the context of the problem. So I said, well, if D equals 7, that means Dan has $7. And since Julio has 5 more dollars than Dan, 7 plus 5 is 12. So Julio has $12. In question 12, it asks us to verify the reasonableness by checking your answer. So let's take a look. It says if Dan has 7 and Julio has 12, that means that Julio, this should say then Julio has 5 more dollars than Dan. Well, that satisfies the first part. And the boys together have $19 because 12 and 7 is indeed 19. So we have checked it. Now on to the last debriefing question for this section. Good luck.